This program is called Te Ayudará hacia una A, which means in English, it will help you towards an A. I developed it to scan my essays from class to look for duplicated words, subjunctive clauses, prepositions, false cognates, and other orthographic features. The program works on Windows computers, XP and higher, and has been tested on Word 2000, 2003, and 2007. It does not work on Apple Macintosh computers. The first step is to take the Word document you would like to scan and make it an RTF file. To do this, go to the Word document, go to File and Save As. So we'll open up a Word document here. Go to File, Save As, and then in the Save As type, select Rich Text Format. This allows you to load the file preserving the formatting such as fonts and colors. So close out of Word, back to the program, click on Open File. Now you'll see the RTF file here. Files of type RTF is the index. Double click it and it will load into the program. As you can see, the fonts have been preserved and the colors have been preserved. So to scan the program, click on the magnifying glass button. The first feature is the duplicate words, which appear in the top right-hand box. You can page through the words to find them one by one in your paper. Now this is a very long list. As you can see, it contains a lot of words like E and O, which are very common, and these are words that you might not want in your list. So there's a feature where you can delete certain words from the list if you choose. And now if you click this checkbox, a preloaded list of common words, him, her, a, an, with, and so forth, appears, and you can select which words you would like to delete from the list. Now you can also add your own words to the list and delete those. So let's delete the word viven because it appears twice. As you can see, it appears twice. So you add it to the list and then remove all selections. So all of these words that are in here are now gone. Viven no longer exists, E no longer exists, O no longer exists. And you have a much shorter list of words to go through. So you can go through, find text, and you can page through all the way. At the end of the list, it'll say end of list, and you close out and find your next word. The second feature has to do with the subjunctive. The subjunctive is very hard to learn when you're studying Spanish because we don't use it consciously in English as much. But when there's a situation that involves doubt, obligation, possibility, or emotion, and there are two subjects, you need to conjugate the verbs differently. So I want him to do something is a different conjugation than he does something. And there are a lot of common subjunctive clauses in the Spanish language that I have programmed in here. So if you want to find them, it's very easy to do. In this case, como si, the clause that is found here, meaning as if, is conjugated correctly. Como si quieran instead of como si quieren. The program will look for combinations of words and verbs that signify these conditions, and it will alert you that there is a combination of words found in the paper that might trigger the subjunctive. For example, if the paper contains the word no, a conjugation of the verb creer, which means to believe, and the word que, there is a possible subjunctive clause there, no creer que. The program will point this out. So right here we have creer, no, and que were all found in this text, so you might want to be on the lookout for that. And hacer and que, to make someone do something. To no pensar que, not to think that something is not true. So these are good ways to point out what you need to look out for in terms of possible subjunctive clauses. Another difficult thing to learn in Spanish is prepositions. choosing in for the phrase sitting in a room or on for the phrase standing on the sidewalk can be tricky in Spanish as well as in English. Luckily, there are certain verbs that always use a fixed preposition after those verbs. So if there's a verb like tratar, or pensar, or creer, there are set prepositions that always follow them, and if there is a conjugation of any of these verbs in the essay, the program will point this out to you, and you can choose the correct preposition. There are many false cognates in Spanish. These are words that sound like their English counterparts but don't mean the same thing. For example, a firma doesn't mean a firm, it means a signature. The program looks for common false cognates, and if it finds them, it will tell you two things. One, the cognate that was found, what that cognate actually means in English, and two, it will tell you the correct word in Spanish for the cognate that was found. So the word cargar does not mean to charge, it means to carry. The word cobrar means to charge. And this was found twice in the essay here. Part 2 is in the next video, and that has to do with orthographic features.